Nearly 1 in 5 police officers are leaving Summit County this year in our special report on law enforcement turnover. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News. First, tonight is grand opening of 10 Mile Music Hall in Frisco with 2 sold-out nights of leftover salmon. The new 700-person music venue on Main Street was supposed to host a soft opening last Friday, but the venue was not ready in time. Turnover at the Sheriff's Department is a hot topic for candidates Derek Woodman and Jamie Fitzsimons this election after Woodman overstated turnover and insinuated his opponent is to blame.
And speaking with some of the employees that have separated from the Sheriff's Office over the past 24 months, it was a culture issue.
A special report by Krystal 93 shows law enforcement turnover is rising across the nation, but especially in the high country, where unemployment is around 1%. Sheriff Fitzsimons.
If you take the applicant pool and now say to them, for us, you have to pass a background. You have to be drug-free. You have to pass a psychological test. You have to pass a polygraph test. The pool shrinks and shrinks and shrinks.
This year alone, 18 sworn deputies and officers will leave our 5 local agencies, a rate of 18.5%, or nearly 1 in 5 personnel. That's higher than the national average of 14% and double the national average from a decade ago. Silverthorne PD has the highest turnover this year, losing 7 of its 16 officers. Turnover at Breck PD is the lowest, with 1 officer leaving. Dillon and Frisco are both currently understaffed. Local police chiefs agree high turnover is part of the job. Staff leave for better wages, different departments, and marriage, and some simply do not like Summit County. This report does not include jail, animal control, or administration. The snow should break in time for Halloween when Breckenridge and Frisco host special events for young trick-or-treaters. Frisco's Trick-or-Treat Street on Main Street runs from 6 to 8 p.m. tomorrow, with candy from businesses and no traffic starting at 5:30. In Breck, streets in the Wellington neighborhood close from 4 to 8 p.m. The historic district on High and Harris Streets is closed the same time. When Breckenridge was a mining town, hundreds of poor souls lost their lives in and around the town. The Gold Pan Saloon, Prospector Building, and Starbucks on Main Street are all home to ghosts, if you believe in that sort of thing.
The homes, of course, can take on any personality that you would like.
That was Cindy Hinchin with the Breckenridge Heritage Alliance talking about restored historic buildings on French and Lincoln Streets. The Milne House is a popular hangout for ghouls and is the site of paranormal investigations.
Let's just say that we've had a few extra guests that have shown up in the photos.
But has she ever seen a ghost?
I'm not quite sure if I believe. I like to keep an open mind, and it's that thrill of the unknown. What if somebody taps me on the shoulder at some point?
Space is still open for a special Halloween night tour. Sign up at breckheritage.com. The historic Brown Hotel on Ridge Street is one of the oldest buildings in town and home to a ghostly love triangle.
The Brown is probably one of the most notoriously haunted places in town.
Legend has it, a woman named Miss Whitney seduced and married the owner of the Brown, only to die mysteriously, maybe at the hand of another woman. Paranormal investigators claimed contact in 2014, but Miss Whitney's ghost might have moved on in 2016.
They did undergo some remodeling, which took out the location where some of the hauntings happened.
The Brown no longer advertises its haunted history and is not home to investigations. In sports, all Colorado teams have the night off, and in local sports, brought to you by Deepwater Mountain Inc., most Summit High sports teams are finished for the fall season. Tigers football plays Palisade at home this Friday, and Summit girls rugby plays again in 2 weeks at state championships. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News.